I'm in Cairo Airport, and it is the first Thursday of September. So, what is the first Thursday of September? Exactly. It's our live Q&A. Today it's going to be a little bit shorter than normal because we're in transit, and I've got Julie Beamer with me, and right there, and we're in the quietest place we could find with internet, but we have to be a little bit careful as to our what we're communicating for all the normal reasons. So, as you know, every month we do this, and it's an opportunity to answer questions. It's also an opportunity to update you on what's happened over the last month and some points of prayer for this coming month. Loads of incredible things are going on. I can't wait to tell you all about it. Um, so, first of all, if you haven't already, if you don't follow us on social media and you don't get the email updates and things like that, please make sure that you let us know, and we'll make sure that you're well informed. So, what is Club 1040? Club 1040 is more than a name, it's a vision. Club is a group of like minded people that come together around a common purpose and mission, and that is that 1040 window. And, um, all of us doing our part helps to make God's dream, which is to reach all those that don't know Him in this region. So, like I said, we're on our way from Beirut on our way from Cairo back to Beirut. And over this last few days, we have had what's really kind of something that I've desired to happen, desired for many years to come to pass, and that is to have different people from important key countries in this region coming together. We had the team from Lebanon that traveled. There were, let's see, about six, seven of them that traveled here to Cairo, and combined with the team um, here, we all met together for a couple days of strategizing and talking through and learning from each other and working together. So it was really great. The different members of the teams presented, many of them for the first time, many of them meeting each other for the first time in person, as opposed to the normal Zoom that they do. So you guys made that happen, and we want to say thank you to you for making that happen. And really, the feedback of how everybody is left empowered, excited, and envisioned, as well as equipped, better equipped for what's next. So, what is next? Well, over this next year, we're going to be telling you a lot more about that in October, because this is September. In October, every 4th of October is 10/4. The 10th month, the fourth day is October 4th, of course, is also Club 1040 Day. Why is that a strategic day for us? It's because that's the day 30 years ago, Julie and I got on a plane and traveled overseas. I don't know if you can hear the espresso machine in the back. It's pretty loud. And now that we have things going very, very well in Egypt and Lebanon, it's time to begin to expand. We're going to be talking a lot about that expansion on October 4th, which is Friday, the first Friday of October. And so, a little advance notice: we're still going to do our first Thursday live Q&A. So send in your questions and log in for that. And I'm hoping to be able to interview Elizabeth Beemer to talk a little bit about the genesis of Clinton 40 Day and some of the other cool things that are going on during that day. So, expansion. One of the things I want to mention is that one of the things that we do is we have something called Go Beyond. It's for people that have completed their training. And again, remember where I'm at. I want to be a little bit careful what I say. So, they've completed their training, their foundational training, and in the work that we do, but they haven't been out experiencing it in real life. And so we have something that's called Go Beyond, which is a 2-year application based apprenticeship. And one family is just coming to the conclusion of their 2-year period, and that is Chance and Miranda Lester and their children. And what happens with that program is that people come in and they help us fulfill responsibilities, and they kind of learn on the job, learn by doing practical application. And Chance and Miranda have helped us to be able to build the team and fulfill the launch of the Bible College in Beirut. And we had a need for the development of our Middle East North Africa team in another country, and that's here in Egypt. And so we'll have, and that's important for some of you to know, is we have national teams and then we have regional teams. The national team in Lebanon is doing great, they're strong, and the national team is doing very well here in Egypt. But then there's also our main Middle East North Africa headquarters has been in Beirut all this time. We're beginning to position for expansion. And so the Lesters are relocating by the end of this year and early into next year. We'll be relocating to Egypt to help us build sort of a Egypt-based regional team that can work synergistically and collaboratively and cooperatively with the Lebanese regional team as we look to expand. So that's kind of an exciting thing we've built on that's really kind of transpired or is being fulfilled as well. We'll be talking more about that in the weeks and months to come. So next month is a huge month for us. In fact, the next 12 weeks, talking now maybe prayer points, is it's a busy period for Julie and I, especially in traveling. We'll be in 7 different countries over the 12 weeks. In some of those countries, I think 3 of them were in them twice. So I think it's almost like 12 different locations in 12 different weeks. And in addition to the fact that we still continue to do all the Zoom meetings and all the team meetings and all the different things in between. So from here, from a prayer perspective, you can know that we're going to Beirut. We'll be teaching in the college. And then we spend about 10 days there working with the teams, etc. Then we're into Michigan. In Michigan, there's a conference called a Link Conference hosted in Granville, Michigan, with about 1,000 leaders that come to that. We're going to participate in that. Then we'll be at Resonate Church in Newaygo, Michigan, and looking forward. We always love them. They're longtime friends and partners. And then Julie, right after that, Julie will be at in Tulsa at, that's right, Kindle the Flame. And there'll be, they plan for 1,400, 1,500 ladies at that. And she has the privilege and it's, real honor to be able to speak. I think it's the Friday morning, is that right? Friday morning. And she's been prepping for that. And it's going to be an amazing message, amazing time there. Then shortly after that, of course, is October. Our Clubton 40 Day. We'll be doing podcasts with Jonathan and Elizabeth in preparation for that day. We have Zooms all day on that day as well. And Julie's grandmother just went to heaven, and so she's going to be there for the almost 101 year old grandmother just went to heaven, and so she'll be going to the funeral for that in the first part of October. And then we travel to South Africa, then Lusaka, where about 100 team members will be coming from all over the continent of Africa. And we're bringing the Middle East team, and we're combining together for some times of strategy and the things that we do during those meetings. We'll be in a couple sensitive countries, one of which we've never been to before, so that's exciting. And so be praying into that. There's so many more things too that we'll talk more about as the weeks unfold. So, some questions. You guys are doing great. Sending in your questions. One is in Egypt, what can we, what is it that we can't leave Egypt without doing? I was thinking about this, and there's something that is very typical here that they have for breakfast called fool. It's beans. And Julie, growing up in Arizona, she loves her refried beans, and fool for breakfast is something she absolutely will have every time she's here. and I enjoyed it too. In fact, she just mentioned on her Instagram, she's posted a picture about that. Um, let's see, great question though. Let's see here. Um, what is MENA? You hear that acronym a lot. Middle East, North Africa. It's not our own acronym, of course. If you're familiar with international organizations around the world, World Health Organization, different ones, they use it. Every organization defines it a little bit differently, like which countries there are, and we define it with 22 countries. And the focus is to see what's happened in Egypt, what's happened in Lebanon, to see that happen all across all 22 countries. And that's the expansion that we've kind of been talking about. How's the clubhouse going? Great question. It's going very well. We had been in the States, as you know, for a few weeks for our granddaughter's birth and to hang out with family, but also really move forward a lot of things with the clubhouse. We've got a really great um, um, I don't know how to say contractor, I guess you could say, pulling together the plans and things for the build out of the inside of the office space. And Jonathan, of course, is managing the whole project. So I should be seeing the designs for the build out pretty soon. It's going to be kind of fun. It's going to be really great, actually. And can't wait to see those. It should be any day now. I should get those by email. And then Jonathan's, we were going back and forth about 3 a.m. yesterday, Cairo time, because he's doing, and they're installing cabinets and tiling and different things. And there's some decisions that need to be made. And so that's going in. Um, Everything always happens a little slower than you'd like, but sometimes for the right people to be involved, like the right tradespeople, sometimes you have to wait because they're the ones that are the busiest. So we would love to be in it by the end of October. That's kind of the aim and the push, and hopefully that happens. What is your main form of communication with friends and family? It is WhatsApp tends to be the main one until our granddaughter was born, and then they create what is the app called for the pictures? It's just a family album, some kind of family album app, and all the grandparents and everybody are in that, and it's like picture, picture, comment, comment, picture, picture, comment, comment all the time. So that's probably the number one way we communicate now. But and then also we do have what we call like we have protocols with some of our family members. So there's one of our children who's asked that all personal communication, because she works for us, it goes through one channel, and then all work related communication goes through another channel, and that's WhatsApp. The work related would be WhatsApp, but we do a lot with WhatsApp, of course, emails and other things. But it's been fun to be able to get kind of a FaceTime little goo and gaw with the grandbaby and things like that on a daily basis. And Michelle and Jonathan, Michelle's been a star at just keeping us updated every single day with how little Adeline is progressing. Um, there was a question through Instagram on are there any updates with the Shabak? And there are actually some excellent updates. I can't talk a little that much about them right where I'm at right now, but there has been some really cool things unfold. I'm hoping to be able to do an update on that shortly. I've asked actually for some things to be pulled together into kind of a sort of security sensitive document that we can send out to people that are especially interested. If you're interested in that, please make sure, and you haven't gotten anything like that from us before, send an email, say I'm interested in the Shabbat. Please put me on the list for when those go out. And then Nathan Lee got 10 through Instagram. He said, could you give one nugget of advice to fresh new workers, using the M word for workers? You know what I mean? What would it be? What would that be? My number one advice is, I mean, there's so many things, and like I said, we have a whole 2 year kind of learn by doing, where there's constant coaching, teaching, training, mentoring through that whole process. But my number one advice would be, don't start by just going and doing working alone, but join someone who has experience that also has the grace to be able to help you grow and be nurtured in that. in that in the thing that you feel that you're supposed to be doing with your life, that thing of serving as a worker in this part of the world. Julie saying a big thank you to all those that send us. What a blessing to be here with all of our kings. Thank you, everyone. So that's this month's live Q&A. And whenever you see through social media, you see the post saying, hey, ask us questions, please do ask us questions. We really appreciate those questions. It really exists for you so that you get the best information possible. Obviously, you don't have to wait till next month to ask questions. You can ask questions at any time just through social media, etc. And the team and everybody, Julie's always on social media. She'll do her best to be able to respond to those questions. And if she doesn't know, I'll try and help and everything. But we're here to try to make sure that you're as informed as possible. But every first Thursday of the month, 7 a.m. Central Time, this is for you to help keep you connected. All right. Well, thank you so much for all that you do. We really appreciate you. And keep following us and be in touch. Bye.